What lessons from US newsrooms and communications practices should Africa consider adopting?
Excellent question. I not only follow US media, I work directly with US media. As you said in the introduction, I lead corporate communications for the Imperial Brands, which is a global company. So my responsibility is to manage the business's reputation in the US market. So that's both in North and South America. So I work intimately with US media and understand. And one of the things I've noticed, so the US media is not perfect by any means. But here's what they do that we could learn from, some lessons that we could pick up, right? So an example is they focus on what is known as solutions journalism. This is where they don't only report a problem, but they talk about what can be done to fix it. I'll give you an example. Some time back in Seattle, which is it's a city in the state of Washington, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong there. Seattle noticed, and folks who lived in Seattle noticed that the school system was failing school-going children. Parents were getting up in arms and saying, we need a better school system. But everyone was talking, and that was the problem. Nobody came up with a solution, right? What the Seattle Times, which is a leading media house in that city, did was they did a solutions reporting. The first thing they did was they said, right, so this is the problem, what's the challenge? Or maybe the feeding system is not right, the curriculum is not correct for the kids, kids are not learning what they need to be learning. What do we do about it? What's the solution? And so they pulled in researchers, they pulled in different interest groups, they pulled in decision makers, elected and appointed officials.
This is the media.
This
actually
is the media.
Bringing together.
Right. So they started by raising awareness. This is a problem, and everybody says, yeah, this is actually a problem, right? You could agree if the school system isn't working for you, it's a problem. So number one, identify the problem. Number two, what's the solution, right? And so they pulled in these different folks, and they create a dialogue and debate about it. All right, so this is the challenge. So what can we do? From a research perspective, well, the data says this, because we start with data always, right? From a decision-making perspective, well, do we have the right laws and policies in place, et cetera? And so all these people being convened by a media house, right, eventually led to a solution being found. This was called the Seattle Education Lab. It's a well-known story. It's one of the best practice examples that I can give. And over time, and I want to underline this, over time, because it has to be systematic and consistent for it to actually work. Over time, what happened in Seattle is that the school system changed. Probably one of the best now in the country, right? And all this was spearheaded by the media through what's known as solution journalism. So it's one thing to point out the problem, which is great because that creates awareness.